Stars Raven here.
Starfire.
That 3, 2, 1 was really delayed.
Sorry. We're doing it on my desktop because the laptop is always messing up. Yep. So we thought it would be easier to do it on here because it's just going to upload right away and we don't have to worry about waiting for hours for it to upload. So yeah. Sorry about not getting the second episode of Wynonna Earp done. Things happened.
YouTube issues, the computer issues, really, I guess.
Yeah,
computers,
we have issues.
Laptops aren't exactly liking the YouTubes right now, which is why we're using the desktop. So, yeah.
Pretty much. But yeah, tonight we'll be doing Season 3, Episode 3. The episode was called Colder Weather.
Ooh. You know, at the end when they were outside drinking the whatever, and Waverly said we got to do this more often.
Yeah.
I tend to remember them doing that same thing last season, and the season before.
They've done that
they
like
do it
every
once
season.
Every season.
Yeah.
It's like we got to do this more often.
They've done that a couple times a season. Yeah. Like they did that. I remember them doing that a couple times in each of the seasons.
It's not like you wait and do it once a year. You do it it's winter. You do it a couple times and then it's over.
Yeah, pretty much. So, she said it was 20 below. So that's pretty cold.
Yes, it is.
Where is it supposed to take place? Because I know that, most of them are Canadian. The actress that plays Wynonna is Canadian, and then the one that plays Nicole is Canadian.
Yeah, but it's supposed to take place wherever Wyatt went.
Okay.
Wyatt...
Well, it takes place in Purgatory. I know that, but where's Purgatory supposed to be? Do they say? Obviously it's a very cold place.
Yeah.
Because it's snowing, all the time.
Right.
It never looks like there's sun. There's sun, but it's, always cold there. So is it always cold there
always
because...
cold, Wynonna's always wearing a jacket.
Yeah, but, is it cold there because, of all the supernatural stuff?
I don't think so. I think it's just, the actual weather of... Okay. Because they're probably actually filming in Canada.
Yeah, probably.
So it's probably just the weather of Canada's weather.
I should look that up.
It's probably just Canada's weather.
Yeah.
But you do see Waverly running around in short sleeves and shorts and stuff. Especially in the first season. Hot damn. We first meet her, she's wearing a crop top and
she likes her crop tops. That's for sure. Yeah, they film it in Canada.
Yeah. But I'm pretty sure it's probably somewhere in Texas.
Purgatory?
I think so. It's closer to... I want to say it's closer to Mexico.
Mexico. But
I'm not sure. And, I don't even know if there's an actual place.
Yeah. I don't know.
But, I don't know if it's a real place or whatever. I'm pretty sure there's towns actually called
Midnight Texas is supposed to take place in Midnight Texas, and Midnight isn't a real city in Texas, so it's just for the show.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah,
there's places that are named really weird things. So
it's true.
You never know if there's actually a town called Purgatory.
Yeah, and they might say where it is in the comic or something.
I don't know, but I imagine with all the cowboy hats that they wearing and the types of guns that they like to carry, it's probably Texas.
Maybe.
That's where I imagine that stuff comes,
Yeah, you don't mess with Texas.
No.
Let's just put it that
way. But, yeah. So, what did you think about tonight's episode?
I liked it. I thought it was good. I was expecting to see their mom, but based off what happened last week, I guess I can understand not seeing her for an episode. But it was a very solemn, sad episode because they were dealing with the death of dolls, and you know, the grief and all that stuff that was going on with that, and how people felt guilty and wished they could save him and everything. And, you know, like, it just sucks because I don't want him to be dead.
Right.
You know? So I hope that, like, he still shows up.
I don't think so. I think this is a permanent death for his character.
It probably is, but it really sucks.
It does.
Because it's only 3 episodes into the season. And I'm just like, why? I was not expecting that to happen so early in the season.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean, if you think about it, last season they didn't lose anyone.
Yeah.
And I think that it's kind of like...
But why couldn't it have been Doc? Why did it have to be dolls?
Because Doc has this...
I mean, he's not immortal anymore.
I mean, Doc has his vampire
I know,
lover.
but he's not immortal anymore because he doesn't have his ring.
Right, but they were probably planning his vampire lover part and into the season. And, like, from last season, they were probably planning it. And and it makes sense that the breakdowns that Doll's been having with his medicine, like, it doesn't always work. He can overcome that with his dragon nature.
Right.
And that's probably not supposed to be able to happen.
Yeah.
So
probably not.
It makes sense that even though he was using a type of medicine that was probably doing exactly what the Black Badge medicine was doing.
Yeah.
Or whatever you want to call it. Not exactly medicine, but
the serum.
Yeah, it was probably doing the exact same thing. Jeremy is probably almost exactly right on with it because he's smart. But whether he was taking the serum or not, he was going to die because of it.
Right.
Because the body can only handle so much.
And I'm surprised that those other guys who were doing it could handle that too. Because, like, you know, if they're human and they're doing that, they're not going to be able to handle it either.
Right. Basically, like, they kidnapped him from a young age.
And they did experiments on him.
Yeah. The same with everyone else in that thing, so...
Yeah. And that's why this guy who was a friend of Doll's, who came, had so much anger and vengeance over the Black Badge division.
And because he was the one that was sent out after them when they escaped.
Yeah.
I find it hard to believe that they even escaped. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
That a child could escape from Black Badge.
Oh, I know.
Like...
No, seriously, though. You've seen Fringe.
Yes.
I mean, that happened in Fringe, kind of. Like...
Yeah, but, like... I mean, with how tight-knit their security and everything is... I find it really impossible for a child to escape.
That's probably why he was sent back to get them, because they wouldn't let them escape.
Yeah, but there was a chance that he wouldn't find them. I mean...
Yeah.
Like, you have to find them before you catch them.
But if he hadn't found them, he probably would have been killed.
Yeah, that's incentive to find them and catch them. But that doesn't mean that, like, just because you're looking for someone doesn't mean you find them.
Oh, I know that, but I'm just saying that, like, he probably did whatever he could to make sure he found them.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying that what if whatever he could wasn't enough and someone actually did escape?
Right.
What would they have done? Like, and
they probably would have told other people about what was happening to them and what the Black Badge division was doing.
Yes, but there's still a possibility that the person would have never been caught.
Yeah.
So, like... A child could escape multiple times. It sounds like he went after Dolls more than once. Yeah. So Dolls escaped multiple times.
Yeah, because he didn't like what they were doing to him.
But that's not my point. My point is he escaped a federal Black Ops site.
Yeah.
Multiple times as a child.
Right.
That's supposed to be impossible.
Yeah. And
the fact that he did it as a child is like...
Well, he isn't human, so I mean, maybe.
Well, was he at that point?
I don't know.
Yeah. And even if he was, I mean, the guy that showed up tonight, he's obviously in the same boat, and he was the one sent to go after them. Yeah. So he was probably his serum, whatever the hell fracking crap that stupid thing is, like, they were probably done with him before they, like, finished with dolls. So he's probably one of the first ones, which leads me to ask a question: how the hell is he still freaking alive?
I don't know.
Like, if he's probably one of the first ones, so how is he alive?
I don't know.
Because if he went after dolls, then he would have had to be more powerful and trustworthy from Black Badge's point of view.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, he would have. Like, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, I mean, like Waverly said, now Doc has a secret wife. I mean,
Yeah, she was like, who doesn't have a secret wife?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, the only two that do is your girlfriend
and Wynonna's boyfriend.
Well, I mean, technically they weren't.
Technically, they're just friends with benefits.
Yep.
And they had a kid together.
Yep.
But she loves him.
She does, but then...
And he loves her.
He does. But I think he's more lusty.
Yeah, he's more of a luster than a lover.
Yes.
Which is bad.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
Yes. But do you think that he's just sleeping with his wife because I mean, obviously that's how it ended. He went and slept with her, obviously. But do you think he's doing that out of grief, or because he's like in love with her, or because
I think he's doing it because she's a vampire and she can grant him immortality.
She can't do that unless she turns him.
Maybe he wants her to turn him.
And he knows that Wynonna would put him down.
I don't know.
So
I'm just saying. Like, I know that wouldn't happen, but I mean, with these shows, you never know anymore. Mm-hmm. And I'm especially considering that it's on Sci-Fi and it deals with supernatural things, like, it could happen.
Yeah.
But, it probably won't. I don't know. I think it was a combination of both. Like, I think that it was because he was vulnerable and he was dealing with grief of losing dolls. But I think that he somewhat might also love her. I mean,
he used to, obviously. He married her.
Right. And I mean, he wouldn't still go to her and he wouldn't still, like, interact or have contact with her if he didn't in some way still want her around or in his life, you know? And maybe he doesn't have much of a choice, but she can probably be useful, and that's probably why he wants her around.
Right.
But I do think that, you know, even if he doesn't love her now, he did at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. For me, it's just hard. Like, it's just a hard concept for me to imagine somebody just casually sleeping with someone and not being in love with them.
Right.
Like, I know people do it all the time, but it's just hard for me to understand that.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's such an intimate thing that how can you not love the person in some capacity if you're doing that with them?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't understand that.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that people do it all the time. Like, you have the hookups in the bars and
I don't know. I don't.
Or like you just you want someone to hold that night and then you end up having the sex.
Right.
It happens. I get it. I get it from a social standpoint, but I don't understand it from a personal standpoint.
Right. Like, that's exactly how I feel. Like, I understand it from a social standpoint, but like personally, it's like no.
Yeah.
I'm just like I don't understand that.
Neither do I. I mean, it's gotta be someone I love.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to know the person first.
I mean, even if you're just lusting after them, heck, like, there has to be some type of emotion or feeling there for that to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. Like, it's just weird to me.
Truly.
So, I don't know. I mean, from my personal standpoint, I think that he did love her.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he still does.
It's been a couple hundred years.
But I mean, I don't know how long they were married to each other. Like, did they know each other when Wyatt was alive? Apparently they did.
Well, yeah, apparently it was long before he died.
So,
because
so obviously she's still alive because she's a vampire.
Yeah.
And she's immortal.
I love that she's like, I heard that you were alive. I heard what happened.
Yeah.
And I had to do it. And I had to do this by any means necessary. And that just made me think of by any means necessary. Oh, that made me think of the Star Wars roleplay that I've been watching, because one of their things is what are you willing, or why are you doing this? What are you willing to do to get this information or to get this object you're going after? Yeah. And they're like, we're gonna get it by any means necessary. Yeah. And I'm just so I hear that and or something similar to that, and I just flash right to that.
I also think it's interesting too that she does the tarot cards. Mm-hmm. 'Cause I don't know, I've always thought that those are really interesting.
Seeing her use the tarot cards as a vampire, it brought me to thinking about Vampire Academy. It's an amazing book series by Richelle Mead. That's Richelle Mead, and it's about vampires, obviously, but it's very interesting. Nothing like Twilight, thank God.
Twilight sucks ass.
It does. And
I'm sorry. I'm putting that out there.
Yes.
For anybody that's a fan, I apologize.
You're right.
Sorry, not sorry.
But at the palace for the royal family, whichever family is put into royalty, because they have a couple royal families, and it switches out after one dies. Yeah. They have a competition, and whichever family wins gets to be the royal family for however long. But they have, at the palace, they have these people, they have, tarot readings and stuff like that. And so, every time the main character, once she started going to the palace and living at the palace with her friend, every time she had an issue, she randomly ran into the woman that does the tarot readings. Oh, wow. And so, the woman would keep telling her, no, this is what I saw, this is what we saw, this is what we saw, these are the cards that were laid out, what do you think? And every time she ran into something when she went out to go do her thing, it's these are the cards that were laid out, so that's what that card meant, that's what this card meant. And as the reader, you're doing that too. So seeing a vampire use tarot cards just made me think of this character. I think she was a Dampier. She might have been a vampire, but she might have been a Dampier. Doing tarot cards and it helping the story progress and doing the same thing this girl was doing. I was like, oh my gosh. So many flashes to different things tonight.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of found this episode, since it was so sad and depressing, there wasn't much to it.
There wasn't.
So I kind of found it empty.
Yeah, which is kind of how everybody else felt.
Yeah.
No, but I just think it's interesting how the tarot cards really represent something that is happening, or how somebody is acting about something. When Doc came and they were together, it said the lovers on the card, and then when Waverly was there, it was the upside
it's the tiger,
down,
but it's upside down.
Yeah,
so it means exactly the opposite of what the tiger means.
Right. And so I just think that it's probably kind of psychic based and everything, but I just think that that part of the whole psychic thing with the tarot cards is more interesting to me and kind of fascinating, because it's wow, it just shows how everything is kind of connected.
Right.
Through nature or through animals or through whatever, or through elements or whatever it is. It just, I don't know. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I don't really see tarot cards as a psychic thing. because, like, you're not reading their minds.
Right.
Like, you're literally shuffling a deck of cards and laying them out.
Yeah, you're just...
And going, hey, like, by the luck of the draw, this is what I picked out for you.
You're basing it off, like, you know, different things. Like, the person, the personality, how they're acting in that moment. Like,
well, I mean, you have no control over the cards
you
that
don't,
draw.
But I mean, it is basically pure luck.
It's more like, predetermination.
Yeah, predetermination.
Basically, like Waverly said when she just stormed out, we're all destined to live and die in this shithole!
Yeah, pretty much. So it's basically like a predetermined fate, destiny type stuff. But I still think it's really interesting.
Yes.
Whenever tarot cards are involved, I'm like, ooh, that's really cool that, like, that card is exactly representative of what is ever happening with that character or that person.
Right.
Like, it's just really interesting.
I'm just waiting for the moment when, like, you'll see a card in, like, a book or a show or whatever, and, like, everything is right until that moment. And it's like, nope, that's actually wrong. You screwed up. So
yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm just waiting for that moment to where, like, they screw it up somehow.
Right.
Because I think that would be, I mean, it wouldn't really be good for the story plot, but
it would add an element. Yeah, it would add an element of humor.
Yeah, and human error. Like, these guys who do tarot readings, they're not perfect. They're human. Exactly. So they're gonna mess up. Right. Like, the spirits don't always commune in this.
Exactly. It's true.
Or you might misunderstand their message.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I mean, I think tarot stuff is kind of cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I mean, other than, like, the whole doll situation, I mean, you know, I don't think there was really that much else to talk about.
No, not really. I mean, I do like that Nicole finally told Waverly about what she was doing with dolls.
Yeah, I'm glad she did too. And I'm glad that Waverly gave Wynonna that, whatever, you know, that package that dolls had for Wynonna.
Right. I thought it would be a letter.
I thought it was going to be a letter too, or some type of, like, small little, like, package of something. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect it to be pictures.
No.
But that's really cool.
Yeah. And I like that the picture didn't just mean, like, just have fun, even though I'm dead, like, be happy. It meant something else to Wynonna.
Yeah.
Like, keep fighting and don't give up. And I'm like, how the hell did you get it from a group
like
picture?
It represented, like, I think it just made her think of that day. Mm-hmm. Like, maybe there was something particular that day that she was going through.
Oh, yeah.
And because they all, like, were together as a group, like, that's her family. Those are the people that she loves and cares about.
And who she's fighting for.
Yeah, and who she's fighting for. And so that's why she thought that.
Yeah. No, like, I totally get it. Like, it's probably something that they talked about. It was probably something big that had gone down or something like that.
And I mean, it also shows how much all those people meant to dolls too.
Yeah.
Because why would he give her those if, like, they didn't mean something to him too?
Yeah, he wouldn't have had the picture.
Right. Yeah. And the single picture of Wynonna.
Yeah.
So, like, it just represents how much, like, each of them means to each other, I think. And I thought that was really beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I liked the episode.
Yeah. It was good.
Yes.
I liked last week's too.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he died.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So,
I mean, I don't know. I think I'm pretty much done. Are you?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I have no real complaints about. I mean, I know for a fact there's a stop sign right here that you did not stop at, Mr. Motorcyclist that loves to rev the engine of the motorcycle.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Like sometimes I'll be watching something up here in my room, and, like, somebody will be on this, like, mini, like,
the
dirt bike thing and just cruising down this street back and forth, and I'm like, would you please stop? Like, I have my window closed and I can still hear it. Like, it's so bad.
Yeah. So sorry if you could hear that. Obviously,
yeah.
we weren't planning on that going on.
It happens.
It does.
But yeah, so like, I pretty much don't have anything else to say about it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I also didn't get the Outpost review up because I watched the episode, but like, I've just had like a kind of like crazy few days, so
yeah. And sorry,
haven't really been in the mindset to do a review.
Yeah.
So I've just kind of been like in this funk and kind of not really like been myself to where I feel like sitting down and doing a review.
Yeah.
So today is better, but yeah. So.
And sorry Quinn isn't here. You notice there's a missing spot from the first episode that we did.
Sorry.
From the episode 1 and our seasonal reviews of the first 2. Things came up this week, and she couldn't be with us tonight. But I don't know. She might be able to come back.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. It's gonna be hard.
I mean, if not, then it'll just be the two of us, like always. You know, because scheduling and different things happen, and you know, people don't always feel like it or want to do it, and so you know, dynamics change and things happen.
I'm just saying, like, it might be harder for her to get here now.
Yeah, I understand, but I mean, it just depends on like what people want to do. So.
Yep. So basically, that's happening.
Yeah. I don't know if we're gonna do any more of the Comic-Con things. Are we still?
I mean, we said that we were, so I kind of feel like we need to.
Well, I mean, it's like it's been 2 weeks.
I know.
And we only did one.
I thought we did 2.
We did the Flash one.
That's the most important one.
And I haven't watched the panels for the other ones, and I haven't watched interviews from the other ones. So
shame on you, shame.
I still have them in the watch later. I can still watch them.
Yeah.
But, like, if I do watch them, we can still try to do a couple of them.
Maybe.
Maybe, depending on how things go.
Yeah.
We should at least try to do, like, a Supergirl one.
Mm-hmm.
And possibly Legends.
Yeah.
We don't have to do Supernatural necessarily, but it's, you know, if we want to, I guess.
It was the first one we ever did.
No, we've done another one.
No. Our first time doing Comic-Con stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Our first Comic-Con coverage was Supernatural.
Yeah, it was. And then Once Upon a Time.
Yeah. Back when we were still new.
Oh, I went to Comic-Con when season 3 was going to be premiering of Once Upon a Time in 2013.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Color Me, Jelly.
They had the trailer, and it was like Ariel was being introduced and all this stuff, like for season 3.
The good old days.
And like Neverland and all this stuff. And
those were good.
Yeah.
And just too much Emma. Anyways,
but yeah, we'll probably try to do a couple more. It just all depends. We won't do a Wynonna one because the season's already started, so there's really no point. But we'll try to do some of the other CW ones just because.
Definitely we'll have to do the Supergirl one because of what was announced.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to do that, and we'll probably do Legends too because Legends is also important, and there's a lot of like things in that should probably be addressed.
Yeah.
Supernatural, but we don't have to. Like that one's optional. Yeah. Just because it's in its 14th season. Yeah. Like, I think at this point we kind of just are watching it because we still love it. Yeah. And because it's fun. And
they're basically at the point where they have to rehash everything that they do because there's just how do you not by this point?
I mean exactly.
This month isn't this month Charmed or is it next month?
Charmed starts the same night as Supergirl.
Oh, okay. So that's
Supergirl and Charmed are both premiering on Sunday night.
Okay.
In October.
Okay.
Yeah, no. We still have like 2 months.
Okay. I was like, what?
All the CW shows premiere in October.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see the date though.
But
I think it's like October 14th or something like that. But yeah, they're both premiering in October. So Supergirl is going to be I was right. Sunday, October 14th.
Okay.
At 8. And then Charmed is going to be at 9.
Okay. So I guess until then you have Wynonna and The Outpost to watch with us.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, we're going to try to do reviews for those up until the seasons are over.
Yeah.
If we can.
Mm-hmm.
We did miss an episode of each of them for a review, but that's all right.
Yeah. Life happens.
Yeah. I mean, we'll try to get as many up as we can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was episode, 3 of The Outpost or 4?
4?
I think it was.
It started like a week.
It was episode
this.
4.
Yeah. Yeah, because that's kind of how I remember.
It started July 10th.
Yeah, it started a week before Wynonna, so I was like, it is a 4.
So there is 6 more episodes left of The Outpost.
Okay.
So next Tuesday will be episode 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wynonna has 12 episodes.
Okay.
So, and this was episode 3. So there's 9 left.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys have us for at least that long until.
Yeah, it's gonna go into September. It doesn't have all the dates yet.
Yeah.
For Wynonna, but I believe we said The Outpost was ending September 11th.
Right, because we were talking about.
Yeah. So that's gonna end early, like mid-September, and then Wynonna might go past like a week past that because it started a week after it.
Yeah, but it also has more episodes.
But it has 2 more episodes.
So it'll probably go 3 more weeks.
Yeah, because if episode 7 is airing August 31st, then that means that let me look at the calendar. That means that 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's going to end like October 5th. Wynonna.
Okay. So there won't be too much of a distance between when this ends.
Yeah,
and the show
so we're
starts.
gonna have Wynonna pretty much right up until the other shows that we review start.
Yes.
Basically.
Which is nice.
Yeah, because Wynonna airs on Fridays, which means that The Flash will probably come back the following Tuesday. Because The Flash comes back before Supergirl does. I think that comes back October 9th. So that means that the following Tuesday we'll have The Flash.
Nice.
And Black Lightning, if that's Tuesdays.
Yeah.
Because they're saying on the TV Time app that Black Lightning and Flash are both premiering the same night. So if that's correct, then it's going to be on in the same time slot it was last season.
So we may or may not do a review for that.
Yeah, it just depends. If we do, it might end up being the next day.
Yeah.
Just because doing 2 reviews in one night is hard.
Yes.
Especially if
you're watching 2 hours worth of TV.
Yeah. And then you have to do 2 reviews. So by the time we're done, it's probably going to be around 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Or later. And
11 or 12.
Yeah. And if we have school and things like
whatever,
that, then,
whatever,
you know, that can interfere. So,
yeah.
I mean, we'll work all that out, but
yeah,
we tried to do that last time and we basically didn't get a chance to really watch the episodes right after because we just would review The Flash right after that was over and Black Lightning would come on right after.
Yeah.
And Tuesday always seems to be a busy night of TV for me.
Yeah, it's a really busy night.
Like, there's so many shows that I watch on Tuesday night. So it's like, you know, there's always something that's conflicting that I can't watch. And, you know, so if we do, we want to review Black Lightning for you guys because we know how many of you guys wanted us to do that. Yes. And so we will definitely try. But I'm just saying if we do, it might not be up the same night.
Right.
But if it's on Thursdays, we most likely can.
Probably.
Because, yeah, Supernatural is going to be Thursday, but you don't necessarily watch Supernatural regularly anymore.
Exactly.
So if I still review that, then I can just get that done, and then we can watch Black Lightning and do that. So, yeah. And I don't usually get Supernatural up the night that it airs anyway. I mean, that's how it's been for a long time now. So, you know, I haven't done that. It's usually like Friday or the weekend that it gets up, if I do it at all.
Yeah. So that's basically what the next couple months are looking like for us. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, write them down in the comments section below.
Yeah, or tweet us on Twitter and let us know too, because I'm trying to like tweet more and like post the videos as often as I can and things like that.
One thing we forgot to do was ask for like
if you guys have any questions, because I know there's a lot of people that watch Wynonna Earp. I know how popular it is.
Right.
So if you guys are seeing these, you should definitely comment or send us questions on Twitter or in the comment section on here so that we can answer them and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll try to start incorporating questions into the reviews if we get them. And even during live streams, like you can, of course, do it in the chat, but you can always send us stuff on Twitter too.
Yes.
So both of those are options.
Yes, they are.
But yeah, so.
Yeah. I guess that's basically everything we had to say.
What was our ending?
There wasn't really much. There's not really much character development in this episode.
No, not really. But I do think that we're gonna see more stuff with like Waverly and Nicole. I mean, I think during one of the interviews they were saying that they are going to be a lot closer this season. So, yeah. Yeah, so I think our closeout was like, oh, right, keep sending those revenants back to hell. Yeah, that's what it was. Right? Yeah. So I guess until next time, keep sending those revenants back to hell.